There he is.
I appreciate what you have done, Warden, and I apologize for putting one of your rank through such trials. I am Lord Pyrell Harold, and I thank you for your efforts to help me preserve King Endrin's throne.
Why would Endrin prefer you over his own son?
You may not know the story, but Bhelen is actually the youngest of three. Endrin's eldest, Trian, was murdered in the Deep Roads not a year ago. His middle son was found standing over the body and was exiled. But I've always found it suspicious that Bhelen knew just where to look. Endrin loved his sons too much to voice such suspicions. But he knew Bhelen's only interest in ruling was to further his own power.
You believe you'd be a better king than Bhelen?
I have never sought the throne. My role was to serve Endrin, first as his advisor, then as an elected Desher in the Assembly. A Harrowmont has never been king, and I always assumed Trian would rule after his father. But both Endrin and my colleagues have asked me to step up, and I will not back down when Orzammar needs me.
All I want is your support against the Blight.
For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king, and right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal carter she runs?
No.
The Assembly receives pleas every day from the common folk, begging that something be done about her. So far, no one has managed. Jarvia hides her base in Dust Town, the raw edges of the city where no one lives but casteless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Bhelen, have the ability to defend and rule this city.
I'll deal with Jarvia. Be ready to help against the Blight.
Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends your troops. Look for Jarvia in Dust Town. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
Okay.
I shall do it.
Okay, let's talk to these other two guys, because that's also for a quest.
Endorsed paralyzing Orzammar's military. Lord Bhelen issues clear edict questioning their...
Royal Palace? No.
Enemies approaching.
What's this?
Warning. Bhelen will not allow it.
Nothing too hard. Vartok.
You're awfully bold, walking right up to me after coming out against Prince Bhelen and approving. You do know who I am, right? I'm Vartok Gavorn, the prince's chief advisor.
I'd like to meet Prince Bhelen.
Well, you have an unusual way of showing it. Why would the prince possibly meet with someone who came out publicly against him?
I want to tell him to back down. He'll never be king.
Hope you keep that sense of humor when the assembly votes Harriman out on his ear.
Okay.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bannerlord, Bhelen's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's nation.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Okay.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
I am guest of Lord Harriman.
Oh, Stone. You must be the Grey Warden. I completely forgot about the Gate Guard's message. Welcome to Orzamar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
A blight is coming.
Troubling, but it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. The assembly is blind to all else.
So who has the authority to aid me?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Bhelen or Lord Harriman, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
No matter. Another quest done. Let's enter the royal palace as well. You never know what we might find. Some more codex entries, side quest. I just want to clear this area. Now, come on. Interesting.